Here is a brief demonstration of our nail salon, hair salon, and spa in general. Here you would have two languages to choose from. If you want to switch to Vietnamese, we would click on this flag here and it automatically changes to Vietnamese. Notice that each button has a description to it, so even if someone doesn't have proper training, they can still understand what each function does. I'm going to switch it back to English, and if we don't like purple, we can change it to blue, green, or red. Here the checkout function would allow someone to ring up a client. Now each password comes with a certain access rights that was granted to them. So if you don't want somebody to have access to this function, then we would not grant access to that person. Granting access is extremely easy with our POS system. All we really have to do is just drag and drop. It's nothing like any other POS system out there where the user has to go through menus after menu after menu to be able to grant access to somebody. And I will go through that in just a few minutes. Here is the payment screen. First you would have to select the staff. This will bring up the list of current working staff. You pick one and we select that person, and if it's a service that we need to ring up, then we would click on service, facial care, pick the right item for facial care, for example, and it will ring up the ticket. Looks like the total here is $1,000. If they pay by cash, we would go cash, and we would type in the amount of money that we receive. In this case, I'm going to try exact amount, and I'm going to click OK. And it asks if they want to print a receipt. A lot of owners requesting this because they want to save paper. So if you want, you click yes, it will print a thermal receipt. If not, we click no. I'm going to try another ticket. Oh, it's going to ask for for us to select a technician that was performing this. So we would click on this, that, and we would do a credit card payment. Click on credit card. It automatically fills out the amount, and here at this screen all we have to do is slide the card through our POS system and we're done. Another very useful function with this POS system is the tip adjustment. We design a smart tip adjustment program where the owner can easily adjust tips by scanning the credit card receipt, then just enter the tip amount, and the system would automatically adjust tips and assign the correct amount to certain technician. There are several technicians. If there are several technicians serving the same customer, giving out several amount of tips to different people, this POS system will allow the owner or the user to be able to do that as well. So at the end of the day, all they really have to do is click on daily report, and it would show everything that the owner needs to know and how much he needs to pay and who's getting what. So it's extremely easy. And I'm going to move out of the screen. The cashier check-in, check-out function is for cashier. If they have a cashier, dedicated cashier, every day the manager or owner would go and select and enter a certain amount of cash that they would leave on the cash drawer for that particular person. That person would go here and verify the cash amount. If everything is correct, she would check in here to accept that amount that she has in the cash drawer. Clock in, clock out will help the owner to keep track of the attendance. It will also automatically keep track of payrolls. Payroll is extremely complicated in this industry. a store can have as much as 20, 30, 50 employees with totally different commission plans. One can receive 60, 40, the other one can receive a guarantee amount per week, or there are many type of commission plans out there, but this POS system will be able to help the owner to keep track of everyone completely. So at the end of the day or at the end of the week, when it comes to pay time, the owner would go into payroll processing and press a button, and it shows and print a report of the entire payroll, who's getting what, who's making how much tips. It automatically knows everything. The next function is the most important function, is the appointment management. Click on appointment and it shows the functions belongs to appointments here. If we want to book a new appointment, we would go to new appointment and we would go to that function pops up. You would either search for the client name here, or you would type in a new name. Let's see, Thomas Parkin. We are going to give Tom an appointment. Let's use the default time for 15 minutes. Enter his phone number. Okay. Tom is already in the system. So we would, if we check on the reminder, it would automatically text Tom's phone or email Tom the appointment. In this case, we don't want to do that. And then on the left, we would pick the services that Tom would need. In this case, there are so many services that we don't know what's going on. So if we can actually do a quick search here, eyebrow. If Tom is doing an eyebrow 10, then we'll click on this service. We can click here to select the technician name that's being requested. Then if everything is okay, then we would click on book now. We have just completed booking an appointment for Tom. Now if we go to the appointment book and check for Tom's appointment for his eyebrow tint, we would see him here. We click on that, and if Tom comes to the store, they would go here and they would move him to the waiting list. Right. Whenever he's ready for a service, we would drag and drop his appointment down into the progressing windows, and we would pick the technician that's going to be servicing Tom. Going down the list, the next option is function is customer management. Here we would have all the functions for this particular module. Customer list will list all the customers. Customer profile, you can also go here to edit, change, delete customer profile, and then you would have reminding list of whatever you need to do to remind the customers. I'm going to move through this quickly. As tip adjustment, we have tip adjustment, correcting tip, finalizing tip, tip settle, tip report. Tip adjustment makes easy with our POS system. This is the most important function of the shop. Here all you have to do is scan the ticket and then type in the tip amount, and you're done. The system will automatically know exactly what's happening. One of the biggest problem with tip adjustment is the user would type in the incorrect amount. Let's say $5, but she would accidentally type in $50. And if we don't have experience with this, then it would adjust the customer's credit card with $50, which we don't want to do that. So the way we design this is we would have this correcting tip function where they would go back here and they would adjust the tip amount after it's being adjusted here, and then we would finalize it when everything is ready. if we don't do that, it get adjusted to the system, and the customer credit card will be messed up. So the system was designed to do tip adjustment offline, and then before everything is correct, they will finalize tips later. Moving over to reports, as you can see here, we have all kinds of reports that we can look at. Staff report. The staff can go here and actually view their own reports. Let's say that we want to view the reports on the 6th. We have to pick on the employees. This would show all the transactions that this person was working on for that day. Administration for the nail industry is extremely complicated. There are so many things that they do at the shop that if we don't own a nail shop, or if we don't have any experience whatsoever, then there's no way we can do something like this. For example, here, if a technician ring up an item for $100, and the store is having a discount of 10% for that item. Now the system would automatically knows to take the 10% out of the owner's account instead of the technician. The technician is still receiving their commission based on $100 for that service, and that's something that most nail shops do nowadays. Shift report is very important. At the end of each shift, they would go here, and they would be able to see everything that happened during their shift, how much cash they need to have in the draw, how much credit card transactions, gift certificate transactions, and everything here. And it would also tell the person how much cash she has to have in the draw. Once she counted the cash, she type it in. It will tell her if it's even, short, or whatever. And then we have all kinds of reports here: customers report, expense report, financials report, inventory report, marketing report, P&L report, monthly sales report, sales report. Moving down to admin functions. This function is the most important function for this particular POS system. Since it's so important, I'm going to change the color just for fun. Here we would have the categories, is where they can go and they can change the languages, whatever the descriptions that they want if they don't like my descriptions here. Employees management is very, very important. The owner or the manager will go here to define each particular employee, their commission plan, who they are, how much they make, and everything here, so that the system would know to calculate everything else automatically. Then you would have expenses here, new rewards, issue rewards. One very, very important function that this POS system would do is to be able to help the owner to issue gift certificate or VIP cards. The system will be able to do it themselves. So all they really have to do is purchase a blank card from someone, and then they would be able to swipe it through our POS system and define what that card, how much that card is, if it's a VIP card or a gift certificate card, and they would be able to define the amount and everything else. So the owner would be able to control their card or their promotion 100%. We also have modules for promotional management. They can go here and they can do happy hours or whatever they need to do with it. Pick a certain service, change the price for a discount price for a certain period of time. When that expires, it automatically goes back to the normal price, and things like that. Going down this list, we would have receipt management. You would go here to manage all the receipts, finding the old receipts. Timesheet management, store credit management. This POS system would allow them to give out store credit, the cards and everything else. Payroll management is very, very important. The owner can go here to be able to view the report on their payroll, click on a button to send the entire report to the CPA if they wish to do so. The CPA would receive the report and would know how to cut checks, how to file taxes and all that. So one button function to manage everything. Make it very, very simple for the owner. No crazy paperwork. Just press a button, your CPA receives it, everything is done. Another great feature for this POS system is the ability to ring up products, regular products that are not services. They can scan a product, define it here and everything here. So when a customer purchases a Polish bottle, they would scan the bottle through the system to ring up just like a supermarket, and it would keep track of the inventory and all that. Let's see if we have anything else here. Okay, we have assigning cash bank, that's where the owner would go to assign cash to a particular cashier every day. System configuration is where we would go to configure all the necessary configurations here to suit the store's way of doing business. Here is the access permissions functions, very, very important. Here we would define who gets what access to the system. Let's say we pick Angie Lay and we want to give her these functions here. We move it over here and boom, she's done. She would have access to these functions. The absence management or attendance management is to help the owner to keep track of who is missing per which day, because if they are guaranteeing a certain amount of salary per week, they would expect the employees to work full-time every day. So if the employee is missing one day, then the system has to know to subtract the amount of salary out of their guarantee budget. Then of course the holiday settings is for the owner to set up the holidays where they don't have to count all that into the salary function. That completes our functions for the POS system. Of course, this is only 1% of what's happening in this POS system. I don't have time to go through everything, but it's fully loaded with many features that a store would need to be able to manage this store 100%. Thank you very much.